Let's start with Power City. President Biden plans to turn on the tap and open our country's strategic petroleum reserves. He wants to release 1 million barrels per day. Now, this would be the largest release of U.S. reserves in our country's history. The president hopes it'll lower gas prices. Right now, the national average still running $4.25 a gallon. In Texas, it's $3.86. In the Southeast Texas region, roughly $3.82 a gallon. 12 News reporter James Grant caught up with one of the state's top economists. James is live tonight, and James, he's questioning the long-term impact of the president's plan.
That's right, Jordan. Texas economic analyst Ray Perryman says this will bring some relief at the pump for the next 6 months or so, but beyond that, it's tough to say.
The world uses about 100 million barrels a day. The United States uses about 20 million of those. So this is about 5% of the U.S. Daily supply, about 1% of the world supply.
Ray Perryman says the president's decision will free up 180 million barrels of oil over the next 6 months. A move Perryman says will alleviate some of the pain at the pump in the short term.
You'll see oil prices be a little bit lower. Probably on the order of maybe 4 or 5%, something like that. And then you'll see, and with that, ultimately that'll translate into lower gasoline prices.
But just how low could these gas prices go? Perryman says the decrease will be modest.
You may go from $4 a gallon to $3.80, $3.85. You're not likely to go from $4 a gallon to $3 a gallon, which is probably what most people would like to see.
Perryman says beyond the president's decision, there are other external factors that will determine whether gas prices continue to drop beyond the next 6 months.
Things are going on with the pandemic and their supply chain. Every day, things are happening in Europe in the situation in Ukraine. Every day, global demand is fluctuating. Every day, investors are looking at the future and making different decisions about when to drill and how much to bring on the market.
The critics have expressed concern about the U.S.'s oil reserves being close to depleted due to President Biden's move, but Perryman says the government plans to repurchase the oil after it's taken out of the reserves. Live in Beaumont, James Grant, 12 News.
Thank you, James. Stay with 12 News on air and online as we continue tracking the latest from Power City. By the way, we've got some tips and tricks to make your gas last longer if you head to our app.